The podcast you are about to listen to is full of spoilers, tales of the mysterious, and language not suitable for work or children. So batten down the hatches, shore up the exits, and steel your sanity. This is only the beginning.
I'm going to say this once. I'm going to say it simple, and I hope to God, for your sakes, you all listen. There are no abominable snowmen. There are no Sasquatches. There are no big feet.
Hi, hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Bites, the inaugural episode of Monster Bites. So, when I did our We're Back thingy a few weeks back, whenever this drops, I said that it would most likely be me doing a solo episode, maybe Dan doing his own solo, maybe Matt, maybe one, maybe two of us, but we're all here. Say hi, guys.
We couldn't help ourselves, so we had to join the party. Hi, it's your boy Dan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here.
Oh my god, don't you dare.
I didn't say it, but I'm here. I don't know what we're doing, and that's part of the problem.
No, that's not a problem. It's a solution. So Dan is here because he's obliged to by law. Matt is only here because he's obliged to by cheese curds. Those are our laws. Take them and leave them. So Monster Bites, just as a reminder, are our mini episodes. So this one might run a little bit longer than I originally intend to because all three of us are here. We can never shut the fuck up. But my goal is for them to be 30 minutes or less. A small little monster bite for you to enjoy on a random Monday that we typically don't have a full-length episode coming out. So what's fun about this one is that neither one of them have any idea what the topic is. And I think I'm going to keep that, as long as it's not a review of something specific that we have to plan out beforehand, I think I'm going to keep that kind of as the shtick. They're going to go into it blind, but I am not.
Gosh, it's a questionnaire.
No, it's not a questionnaire. So if you remember from the We're Back episode, I kind of broke down that Monster Bites was going to be reviews of TV shows, books, comics, graphic novels, video games, and even monster lore. Because our new tagline, I usually say, welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features and beyond. Changing it a little bit, adding a couple commas. So now it's welcome to Monster Madness. We're a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creatures, features, and beyond. Because we're going to be talking about monster lore. And I think the first episode of Monster Bites, we are going to be talking about one of the most famous of all the monster lores. We're chatting about Bigfoot tonight.
Look, Max. Dad? It's Bigfoot!
Could you back up a bit, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus.
I have feelings about Bigfoot, though, so continue.
I know, that's why I'm excited.
Why are the videos always fucking blurry?
Okay, so funnily enough, when I was doing a little bit of research on this, I learned a lot about how fucking big the Bigfoot community is. So
this could make us right here.
Or break us. So this is literally straight. I have notes. This is literally straight from the Washington Military Department site. This is a .gov.
So all right. So Bigfoot's in Washington. Is that what we're going with?
Bigfoot is all over the place.
Oh,
Bigfoot
okay.
is in other continents. He's not just limited to North America. He is all over.
He's flying around town.
Hold on. This is a .gov. So this is an official government website for the United States of fucking America. It says, the legends of Bigfoot go back beyond recorded history and cover the world. In North America, and particularly in the Northwest, you can hear tales of a 7-foot-tall hairy man stalking the woods, occasionally scaring campers, lumberjacks, hikers, and the like. Bigfoot is known by many titles with many different cultures, although the name Bigfoot is generally attributed to the mountainous western region of North America. The common name, Sasquatch, comes from the Salish Saquits. I'm so fucking sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I know Salish is correct. The second part, I don't know. So there's a lot of different...
Are you just trying to say Sasquatch?
No, Sasquatch comes from... The name Sasquatch was attributed from a tribe, like a Native American tribe.
Okay.
They came up with that name. I cannot pronounce the name. There's also other names.
So there you go. It goes back to Native American times.
Yeah, and beyond recorded history. So there's also tales of a Witico or a Wendigo, which is also in reference to a Bigfoot-like creature. Other nations tell of tales of large creatures much like a man, but imbued with special powers and characteristics. And this reminded me of The Simpsons, and Matt, you'll appreciate this. The Ojibwa, which reminded me of the Quidjibo, a wild Quidjibo on the loose, of the northern plains, believed that the Raguru appeared in times of dangers, and other nations agreed that the hairy apparition was a messenger of warning, telling man to change his ways. So, North American settlers started reporting sightings during the late 1800s and into the 1900s, with the occasional finding of footprints, sporadic encounters, and even a few grainy photos and videos adding to the mystery. Those who claim to have seen Bigfoot have described everything from a large upright ape to an actual hairy human, sometimes standing over 8 feet tall and described as powerfully built. The debate and research continue. Entire organizations exist to the study and document of Bigfoot and prove its existence, and groups regularly search the Northwest woods, looking for the ultimate proof. In one very real sense, however, Bigfoot does exist. The Western Air Defense Sector's Washington Air National Guard adopted the mascot of Bigfoot and operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, monitoring the skies of nearly 73% of the United States and Canada, just like the Bigfoot of legend. The sector is rarely seen and rarely heard, but rest assured it continues to observe and, if necessary, serve as a messenger of warning. So that's literally a government military site. Their mascot is of Bigfoot. Now, Matt, you say you have problems with Bigfoot.
So I'm not like a huge Squatch guy, but I do have a funny story. So last, it would have been 2021, we were supposed to bring in the Insane Clown Posse for wrestling. And yes, they no-showed us, whatever. That's a whole different story. But the days leading up to them coming, Violent J, the chunky one, if you're into that band, group, whatever, had been messaging Dylan and he was asking where there were places in Wisconsin to go looking for Sasquatch. And like, even if you watch them on social media, he's very much into like hunting Sasquatch and shit. And like to this day, like I think it was a week or two ago, he posted something and it was like, dude, if you fucking seen Sasquatch, hit me up. I think it's asinine to think that there is a 7 foot tall fuzzy creature that lives in the woods somewhere that no one has really seen, but there are random videos that exist. There's apparently UFOs and shit that exist that no one really has footage of. So I don't want to say that it doesn't exist, but also it's like, I am very, very leery of a lot of it.
All right.
But also, man, that motherfucker may exist. And if he wants to bring me a pizza, I'll eat pizza.
Wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
Exactly.
All right, but without going into too much detail about like any specific sightings or anything like that, what do you think about Bigfoot, Dan?
I think it's definitely, I think something could be possible, but I think it could be, you know, being startled so fast that you saw something, but you like, I don't really think like it's a
Neanderthal.
Thank you. Neanderthal.
That's what I'm going for there. I don't think it's like that. I think it could, what if it was America's version of like a gorilla, or you know how like every single area has like lions and bears and you know all that sorts of stuff. Or,
oh my.
Yeah, oh my. What if there is something similar to that in the Americas, where at one time could it possibly, yeah, it could have been that, but due to all big huge predators like that, it's on, you know, endangered species type lists where over time just it vanished.
Okay, so now that you mention that, there's something called and I'm gonna butcher this, Gigantopithecus. That's it.
Hey.
Gigantopithecus. I'm not gonna say it again. We're just gonna call him Giganto. So there is.
Could we just call him Steve?
So Steve, this is directly from the wiki, but hear me out. Bigfoot proponents Grover Kantz and Jeffrey H. Bourne both believe that Bigfoot could be a relic population of the extinct Southeast Asian ape species, Steve. So this guy believes that this ape may have migrated to, you know, the Americas and all that stuff, but no fossils have ever been found in the Americas. Is it possible that Steve could have migrated here and just had a very small population that perhaps maybe a Mr. Patterson and Gimlin happened to film in 1967 in Northern California?
It's possible. I mean, I think like the earlier footage and stuff or pictures would be the better. Like I still think like 1960s is kind of pushing it if this stuff exists. But if you look at like history wise of like when the earliest pictures of America of what hunters were hunting, there's some weird stuff in North and South America.
Oh yeah, if you look up like extinct animals, even like from like the early 1900s, where they like just are starting to kind of, you know, have film and pictures and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it's very interesting to see.
There's birds that are, you know, huge. Like there's some birds that look
Yeah.
like pterodactyls that
And
they
a lot of-
took out. There's a bunch of weird
And a lot
stuff.
of predators that went extinct around that time.
Yeah.
So
Like when they took out those giraffes with the short necks.
I'm
just kidding. That part was made up.
I know.
But
So I don't think that Gigantopithecus made its way to the Americas. However, if you Google an image, Matt, I'm looking at you. If you Google an image of Gigantopithecus, I know I'm butchering it, but I'm trying, guys.
what if like if you go back to like, you know how people keep endangered pets or crazy pets? Say you do have like a ape or a gorilla or something of that realm, and it gets loose or it goes missing. Do you think that's ever a possibility that like that's what these people are seeing is like somebody's pet just got out?
Yeah, but we're talking about like crocodiles and alligators and stuff.
Yeah,
that people...
but look at the circuses that used to travel the United States back then. Like it's, to me, that's definitely a possibility that, you know, you lost one of your chimps.
We
or
lost
something.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, we lost.
I was going to say, so a Gigantopithecus,
Thank you.
it just looks like a fucking chimpanzee. Like, it does not look like what a Sasquatch is portrayed in documentaries.
Yeah.
And the Zapruder film.
That's
even
fucking
the-
JFK.
Oh, what is it?
It's Patterson Gimlin.
Patterson. The Patterson footage.
The
Yeah.
Zapruder film. Back and to the left.
It was
back and to the left.
Back and to the left. The Patterson footage. It's just another fucking random name who made footage, and even the Patterson footage looks fucking dumb.
I need to find Patterson.
If you, there are not a lot of things in this world that I agree with Joe Rogan on, but the Patterson footage we agree on. It looks like a fucking guy in a monkey suit who's walking around. I know they've quote unquote, you fucking calm down. I know that they have quote unquote proven that it is not walking the same as a human being, but I call fucking shenanigans.
Would it be like a ghillie suit to you? Like somebody dressed up in like camouflage?
It says that's what they're saying. That's what some people are saying the Patterson footage is. It's a human being in a monkey ghillie suit. Erica really wants to say things right now. It's a human being in a monkey ghillie suit just walking around, but they try to say that it's not the same. I will let Erica talk right now.
Yeah, we all know how big of a Joe Rogan fan you are. You go.
I think he's more of a fucking
Here's
a
the thing.
Gigantopithecus fan than a Joe Rogan fan.
When I was doing some research on this, I did hear him speak about certain stuff. But the guy he was interviewing was such a fucking douche. I hated every second of it. Hold on, I'm not done. I didn't say my thing.
No. I just want to interject real quick. I don't want to say that what you're about to say about Joe Rogan is right or wrong. I'm taking my facts on what he has said from one of his stand-up shows. End of story. That's all I'm saying. He's an idiot. He is not a smart human being. I will say that up front. I do not agree with a lot of what he says.
I think a lot of his stuff though he instigates.
We're not getting into Joe Rogan.
So
So what I'm going to say about the Patterson Gimlin film, when I was doing research for this, there was something in there that I had never, ever noticed. And I have seen that clip 100 times. We all have. It's literally the most popular Bigfoot footage that is around.
That's the term?
No. The animal that they're allegedly filming, did either one of you notice that animal is a female? That it has breasts?
Did I notice it? No, but I do recall seeing some quote-unquote evidence where they pointed out that it was a female.
Straight has boobs. Now, let me just say this. 1967. Let's just roll back in time. It's 1967. Bigfoot is, word of mouth. Patterson and Gimlin want to make a couple extra bucks. Why would they think, my first thought would not be, I'm going to make a titted monkey suit and have my really tall friend walk around in it. That's like an additive. What is the point of that? There is no point to that. So, is this real footage? Or is it their friend in a suit and he made $1,000 that he never got paid for?
I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no.
It's just such a weird thing. Like, here's the thing. Preface. I believe in ghosts. I believe in the paranormal to an extent. I believe in fucking aliens. Why would I stop believing there?
What about cave monsters?
For sure, there is absolutely things out there that nobody has discovered. There has to be. The world itself is too vast. People can be like, oh, everything is discovered. It's not. There's no way. The ocean is what, like 10% explored? Get the fuck out of here. I know we're not on ocean stuff. I debated doing Loch Ness first, but I wanted to do Bigfoot because I know you have opinions about Bigfoot. So, let me read from the Wikipedia real quick of Patterson Gimlin. Patterson said he became interested in Bigfoot after reading an article about the creature by Ivan T. Sanderson in True magazine in December of 1959. So what you're telling me is this man for 8 years tried to figure out a way to capture Bigfoot on film and just so happened to... It just seems like an elaborate scheme, which, you know what, is not far off the mark. People do elaborate things all the time.
Yeah, it seemed like, I'll show you Bigfoot. Come to my place. Come into the woods.
People
We'll catch
fake UFO footage all the time. There is a story that you will love real quick, even though it's not Bigfoot related. Mikey thought he saw a UFO one time, Matt, and he almost had a fucking heart attack. And he
I love you, Mikey.
There was a light show in Philadelphia downtown, and where I used to live, you could see the skyline from where I used to live. The lights, just like the tips of them. Very hazily, but you could see them on a clear night. There was a light show that they had lights just, in the fucking sky. It was just a couple, like 3 like little 4 dots or something. It wasn't anything big. I knew about it. I thought he would know about it. He's a very into Philadelphia type guy. I'm upstairs in my bedroom. He's downstairs. And on a nice summer night, he would leave the front door open and the screen door would be locked. You could see right outside. All of a sudden, I think he was taking a quick smoke break when he used to smoke. He comes running in the house like a bat out of hell. And he's like, Erica, get the fuck down here. I saw him. It's happening. They're real. It's fucking aliens. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I go outside and I look and I see the light show. And I'm like, Dad, that's a light show down in Philly. He's like, oh, fuck. And then I went back to bed.
He's so happy to see aliens.
But what I'm saying is, things could be real.
I believe in aliens.
Yeah, I'll be the first to agree. I don't think anything is fake. I just don't know if anything is real.
It's deep. That's real deep.
Yeah, whatever. Say what you will, but it's like I have been in a position where I have experienced the paranormal. Both of you have seen the picture that we took. So it's not that I'm against anything, but it's like I still need some sort of evidence. That being said, as it stands right now, I'm not super sold on Sasquatch or Bigfoot, but I'm also not against it.
All right, well, let me read a little bit about the encounter to you, because this is the most popular sighting. I did see a video of someone, it was like Florida. It was some sort of swampy state, so like Florida, Louisiana, where they have bayous and stuff like that. Somewhere where they could kind of kayak. Shrimp and potatoes, shrimp barbecue, shrimp kebab.
Now I'm hungry.
Well, that would kill me, but I would love some shrimp. So this guy was allegedly... Now, this one I feel is fucking fake. It's a video of a guy, and you could look it up, Matt, of a Bigfoot encounter where this guy, I believe he's kayaking through some sort of heavy wooded area, and there's like a river, creek area, and Sasquatch is allegedly drinking from the river, and then it climbs down into the water and walks around this big boulder and then disappears into, the shrubbery and the woods and all that stuff. Where I have an issue with this is that, okay, so say Bigfoot is real, Sasquatch is real, whatever you want to call him. The guy is so loud in this fucking video that there is no way that this beast wouldn't be like, "Rah!" and come at him. Because he whacks his oar on something and it's really loud, and he's maybe 15 feet from the thing, unless he's super zoomed in, which I doubt if it's just on his iPhone.
He's got an aluminum canoe.
Something, yeah, pretty much. I'm just
it's making noise all over the place.
It's just super loud and obnoxious. So that one I didn't fully believe in. But I'm going to read about the Patterson Gimlin, because this is the most popular video We've all seen it. I'm going to post a clip to it to our Instagram and all that stuff. Hopefully fucking Meta doesn't take it down. As their stories went, this is straight from the Wikipedia, in the early afternoon of Friday, October 20th, 1967, Patterson and Gimlin were riding generally northeast upstream on horseback along the east bank of the Bluff Creek. At some time between 1:15 and 1:40 p.m., they came to an overturned tree with a large root system at a turn in the creek, almost as high as a room. When they rounded it, there was a log jam, a crow's nest left over from the flood of 64. They spotted the figure nearly simultaneously. It was either crouching beside the creek to their left or standing there on the opposite bank. Gimlin later described himself in a mild state of shock after first seeing the figure. Now, to pause real quick. If you were out and about in the forest, going on a hike, doing whatever, and you just so happened to see an 8-foot tall, hairy fucking animal, what do you think? Obviously you can't know unless you're put in that position. What do you think your reaction is, Daniel?
I'm either going to stop and
Drop and roll.
make sure this fucker does not see me, or I'm going to hightail it the hell out of there.
Matt, what do you do?
If I saw something that was unexplainable to me in eyesight, it's either get the fuck out or get the fuck out of the way.
It's one of those situations where, like, I don't even know if there's a right answer, because, like, I feel with such, like, a large animal that their stride is going to be way bigger than mine, so they're going to catch up to me quick. And it's like, do I want to be beaten to death by this thing?
I don't know. Do you think you could outrun Shaq?
I was going to say, what's your alternative, though? You either run for your life or fucking hide.
Snap my own neck? I don't know.
Fucking you have weak little wrists.
They are dainty. I think hiding would probably be the first thing. It, like, okay, so they're by, like, a creek or something. I probably would have fucking dove in the water or something.
I don't think, like, you got to think, like, if it really is 7 feet tall.
So what,
it's
that's the
gonna
height of
be-
this room?
The height of this room is 8 feet, but if it's 7 feet
That's fucking
tall,
big.
that's still, like, and if it is a muscular beast,
Yeah.
you got to think it's like trying to compete against somebody in the Olympics or like a professional athlete. Like, there's no way in hell you're running faster than that thing.
Here's the thing. If they're comparing it, Sasquatch, to an ape-like creature, I've seen a picture of
They can book it like
a
30 miles an hour.
gorilla with alopecia, which means it lost all of its hair. And they're just pure muscle. They have muscle that is just, you would not even think that there would be a muscle there. It's
They can
crazy.
like bend steel and shit.
They're fucking nuts. And like the teeth, fuck off. So to continue on with the encounter, Patterson initially estimated its height at 6 feet 6 inches to around 7 feet, and later raised his estimate to about 7 feet 6 inches. So
Just keeps getting bigger.
yeah, he just keeps getting bigger. But you know what? Think of it as a real encounter. Just in your mind, pretend it's a real encounter. That's a big fish story for you right there. Like, you're always going to think like that thing was huge, because in your mind it is. It's twice your size. Like, it's fucking huge. Like, I'm 5'2". An 8-foot creature is literally a whole other person on top of me. Like, it's just fucking crazy to think that there's something that big out there. So the film shows what Patterson and Gimlin claimed was a large, hairy, bipedal ape-like figure with short, silvery brown or dark reddish brown or black hair covering most of its body, including its prominent breast. The figure in the film generally matches the descriptions of Bigfoot offered by others who claim to have seen one. Here's where there's an issue with this whole sighting, is that things keep changing. Like, changing too much. So the height thing, I can totally see like them changing their minds on that. They're far away from it. And I'm not a good guesstimator. If I have to guess like how far I am from my door, I would say 10 feet. Dan will probably laugh at me and be like, no,
That was pretty good.
is that good? That's a total guesstimate.
Yeah.
But like when you start to say like hair color is changing, that's where you're losing me. Black hair is very different than reddish brown hair.
Are they trying to say that it camouflages, or are they just trying to say that they didn't actually see what color hair it was? Because
I don't know.
there's also other things where people shit are more like the creature that you see in the movie Signs, where like they adapt to its surroundings, and that's why they're not seen as much.
Crazy, true. But another
Like the
thing is like,
chupacabra.
if I think of like bodily hair, if I look at your beard right now, you have about 3 different colors in your beard. You have white, you have brown, you have actually like, 4 or 5 actually, like a little blondish, and when your beard grows out, it gets a little reddish. So you have an array of colors, whereas maybe Bigfoot,
I could be part Sasquatch.
you might be. Matt, what did you have to say?
I think I may have disproved myself, so I pulled up the Patterson Gimlin footage on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the first one that shows up, and it's very much a stabilized video, and it says that, but it looks like where the Sasquatch is walking is like fucking superimposed.
Yeah.
But I believe that is because it's stabilized, and they tried to make it clear for people to watch. But then also it's like, I can't fucking watch this and say one way or the other because of technology. And it's like we're to a point where technology can make or break something, but we're also now to a point where technology can fucking completely ruin something that may or may not be reality from the past because of what we're using technology for now to fix it. And I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
But also, like, she's got some sick ass cans.
They are, like, they're so prominent. I'm actually, like, kind of shocked
Yeah.
that I've never noticed them before.
So, Matt, after that, you're a true believer?
No, not at all. I'm just saying, like, maybe. Still, probably not.
Here's my thing. There's a man who claims that. So there is a guy out there, because I watched a Bigfoot episode of like one of the Discovery channels that claims that he was the man in the suit, and they film him walking and he's like lumbering around just like Bigfoot. It's not really hard to walk like Bigfoot. So if you're being filmed, I'm sure it's really easy, but he's too short.
What about from a distance?
Yeah, so I'm looking at this picture right now. I have it pulled up. Dan can see it. There's the boobs.
Yeah, but that looks like a gorilla outfit that you'd buy at the costume store.
My issue with this is considering it ape-like. The only thing that makes it look ape-like is the fact that the image that we're seeing is of a very hairy creature. The face does not look ape-like at all. The face is looking right at me in this photo.
Are you able to send me the photo you're looking at?
Yeah.
Or is it just part of the Patterson Gimlin footage?
It's just a part of the Patterson Gimlin, but hold on. Sending it to you
okay.
right now.
Waiting patiently.
It's a picture of my ass.
Wouldn't that be fucking funny?
Oh, that would be actually really great.
So, one of the things that one of the people who are really Bigfoot believer is the hand motions. They're like, oh, this is totally an ape.
Where's the shadow?
What are you talking about? The sun's like right above him, and
Why is there shadow in the trees then?
I don't know.
Should be
Because
shadow.
there's shit all over the ground. You can't see the shadow. So, my next question is, you see what Patterson and Gimlin are saying. You continue to film it. You see that it walks away. You see that it doesn't notice you. Do you continue to follow it and film it?
Yes.
Easy. Easy peasy. Yeah, you do. Why didn't they? Because it most likely is a hoax.
Right.
Or they're too afraid. But here's the thing also. I know I'm saying but a lot, but I'm very enthusiastic about this. This is 1967. We can easily open up our phones, hit record, it goes. It takes a lot fucking longer to set up a camera. And you're telling me that this guy, creature, whatever, didn't notice you doing that at all? It's just...
Well, and I think that's one of the biggest points is like you're clearly taking video. You're pointing something at something. That something on the other end is a cognizant being we're trying to prove exists. And you're telling me that when that being looks at me, seeing me holding something, it is not reacting.
Yeah.
And it is just continuing on. And that's what I think, to your point, Erica, is that it's 100% not fucking true. Because even if my dog sees me holding something that he is not accustomed to, he will turn and figure it out. He will come towards it and try to sniff it. So now we have an animal that no one has ever interacted with, that we're holding a piece of equipment that it doesn't understand, and it is not reacting other than looking at it. And I think that is a very clear piece of evidence that fucking Sasquatch doesn't exist. Yeah. Outside of the fact that you're telling me there's a fucking 7-foot tall monkey that no one's ever goddamn seen other than this 1960 fucking whatever turd video.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the years, there have been, footprints that they have taken off the ground. They've, done that fucking molding thing, and they're able to, take them for analysis and shit like that. My thing is with that, you're taking a footprint out of mud where there's slippage that you can easily make it look like my foot is 3 feet longer than it actually is, stuff like that. So one thing, going back to what I listened to with Joe Rogan, is that he talked about bears walking on their hind legs. And Joe Rogan talked about this on his podcast, and I don't like to give that man any airwaves whatsoever. But he made a good point, is that if you're in dense northwest woods, where it's literally like tree on tree on tree, where you can't see 5 feet in front of you, if we were walking and hiking and I went behind a tree, you lose me. That's why people get lost in the woods so easily. People disappear in the woods, why people get disoriented in the woods. I'm sure the Boy Scout over here can attest to, how to find your way out of the fucking woods, but we're not
find that moss.
It doesn't grow on the north side?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Anyway, high five me. Thank you. He made the good point, is like, if you are in the woods and you see a black bear, notoriously the most friendly type of bear, but still a fucking bear, walking on its hind legs for whatever reason. Daniel just pulled up. Moss will grow on any hard surface, including the sides of trees, but they prefer to grow on the north-facing surfaces because they like the darker, more humid environment. I was fucking right. So he was saying that if you're walking in the forest, you got the density of the trees, you got the shadow and the overcast of the trees, and then you see a figure, say a bear, walking on its hind legs for whatever reason, whether they were trying to get up a tree, they were scratching their back, they have an injured paw and they need to walk a couple paces on their hind legs, whatever the reason, you see that, you're disoriented by the woods, you're going to be like, that's fucking Bigfoot, and run. The dark and the woods play tricks on you all the time. So I'm sure out of a bajillion different sightings, most of them are fake. But there's always the question. And that's why I like, these folklores of monsters and cryptozoology and, Loch Ness Monster and El Chupacabra, the Jersey Devil, all these things, because the dark and the woods play the worst tricks on you. Do I think the Gimlin-Patterson film is real? I would love to think that it is. I love it for what it is, but I personally think that it's literally 3 dudes that got together and they're like, we're gonna fuck with people. It's the same people that...
Look how much money he's gotten probably from this.
I don't know if they got...
I
maybe. Well, the one, Gimlin, I believe, hasn't uttered a fucking boo about it. Patterson died, so you won't hear anything from him, obviously, except if it's beyond the grave. But Gimlin won't say anything about it, which to me, that kind of indicates even more of a falsehood. Like, if I saw Bigfoot and I know what I saw, I'd be talking on CNN every fucking night about it. Be like, guys, don't forget, I saw Bigfoot. Because it's fucking big deal. What is this thing that's just roaming around our land? He's not talking, so whatever. But what I would like to know is what happened to the suit. And, I'd love to know, it's kind of one of those things, if I could be omnipresent in any type of situation, there's, a few things that I would want to know. I want to know the whole scheme. I want to know the whole plot. I want to know the whole, do they have multiple outtakes? Do they have, pictures of, them fucking around? In 50 years, is someone going to find a shoebox under a floorboard with a selfie of some guy in the costume with the fucking helmet or the head? Something like that. That would be fun to me.
Right there with the moon landing.
Shut up, Daniel. But it's the same things where the Area 51 footage that for years some people thought was real, of them doing the dissection of the alien and all that stuff, and it's clearly very fake.
Or Apollo 11.
It's just fun. Shut up, Daniel, with that. We'll get there. Daniel could talk all night long about his conspiracies on the moon landing and all that shit, because he loves them. But this is a monster bite. We're not going to go too much deeper into it. At the end of it, we're going to go around and say whether or not I think we've already pretty much established if we believe or if we don't believe. When it comes to Patterson Gimlin, I don't know if that's real. I'm going to go on the air of saying it's not, but it's fun to read about it. It's fun to see the film footage. It's fun to see the 0.1 times slow speed of this fucking person walking in an ape costume, just to see if you can decipher any more, information out of this 1967 footage. So I mean, we could kind of do like a yay, nay, or slay of Bigfoot. Like, just take the whole thing of it. Whether you believe it is real or not, whether you do believe it is, do you yay, nay, or slay? I give it a yay. I think it's a fun monster. It's so popular, you kind of can't hate it, in my opinion, but that's just me. Dan, what do you think?
I'm going to go nay.
Bitch.
I personally have never went down the Bigfoot rabbit hole and looked that up, but if somebody was like, yo, did you see the Bigfoot footage that just came out? Like, you gotta see it. Then I'd probably look at it, but I'm not going to go out of my way, dive down Bigfoot rabbit holes.
Respect. Matthew?
Still not sold.
But are you yay, nay, slay? Or are
Nay.
You're a nay?
Nay. I'm not opposed to the idea that it exists, but I haven't seen enough to prove that it exists.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way that I've always tried to be with absolutely everything, and including paranormal, which I have experienced, as we've mentioned. I'm open to it, but I'm not sold on it.
Fair.
Yeah.
The Exorcism of Matthew Stein.
Out my butt.
I just have like, that scene in Exorcism Emily Rose where she's in the barn and it's like all fucked up. You just have Matt bending over and just like talking out of his ass. Just like the tongues.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a couple questions.
Are you doing Ace Ventura right now?
I am.
Very good. All right, well, that is going to do it for our first Monster Bite. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little bit shorter episode. I had fun doing it. If you guys like the monster lore, let us know. What?
If you've seen Bigfoot, you better hit us up.
Yes, that is a big thing. If you guys are believers in this stuff, I want to hear from you. We will read out your emails. We will read out your comments. We will read out your DMs.
We will dive
whatever.
deeper down the rabbit hole.
For sure.
The information is given to us.
Monster Bite, Bigfoot Returns. I will 100% do it this multiple times, depending on how much feedback we get.
Yeah.
So let us know. Hit us up. We are on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Slasher, Discord. Hit us up. Though, guys, on Slasher, we are there to talk about the podcast and horror movies. You can stop DMing me, asking what I'm looking for in life, like a relationship-wise. No, thank you.
We already know it's directly next to her on the couch with those fucking beefy shoulders.
Whoa. Yeah, not really feeling that, guys. I really appreciate the DMs. It's mainly from ladies, which really, that's the compliment to you two. I'm pretty sure some of them are fake. We're being catfished.
Did we get any fancy photos?
No, do not. If you're going to send me photos, they better be of Bigfoot and your findings. Though, let me tell you, before we end this, and I'm going to end it on this note, someone had the gall to say that a picture that they took was Bigfoot scat. And if you're not a woodsy person, scat is shit.
What did it look
Poopy.
like?
It looked like...
Yeah, don't send us pictures of scat either.
I don't want pictures of scat. They sent a picture... No. The picture was of a footprint of Bigfoot in a completely different location, and then berry scat. Obviously, he got into a blackberry bush.
Matt just wants Bigfoot's titties. So if you get a picture of that, please send that to Matt.
Yeah, but you know what? It's most likely going to be sent to me, and then I'm going to have to send to Matt, and then there's just a whole awkward conversation in between that. So, yeah, if you are a Bigfoot fan, please let us know, and we're going to keep up the next, Monster Bites. I don't know what the next one will be. Don't have it planned. Maybe we'll do not Loch Ness Monster. Maybe we'll do something else. I would like to surprise you guys. Was this like a fun, did you like this format?
Yeah, I thought it was good being surprised.
Surprised?
Off the cuff.
I legitimately hate every moment I have to spend with you.
He has said that he's loved us like 18 times tonight. So,
None of those are getting released, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going to release it all.
So much that I can't.
just the Matt loves Dan and Erica supercut.
Yeah.
I love you. 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 I love you.
I love you so much. I love you.
No, I love you.
No, you close Discord. No, you close Discord.
No, you save.
None of that happens. I
You
want them to shut up so I can go pee and go to bed.
You export your
you
audio.
save.
You
save.
export. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to this Monster Bite. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.